This video is going to describe Multimedia Sciences Motion Timer Lab. This is a simulation of the typical spark timer or motion timer that is used in a number of motion labs. This is the instructor's notes that comes along with the computer simulation. This is the software, which we'll look at in a second. This is an overview that describes how to run the software. And what will happen is that the software will create a set of quote-unquote tapes, one of constant velocity and one of constant acceleration. These will vary, and these will be known, and there will be a little number at the bottom of the screen that will allow the instructor to know exactly what the constant velocity or what the constant acceleration is equal to. There are a number of help screens for the students, and there are two Excel spreadsheets that give sample data and sample solutions. Set of directions and some comments on how best to set up the experiment. So this is the Motion Timer Lab simulation. You can choose which car or truck that you would like to use. Then type in the instructor's name, class period, student name, and then you start the truck. So now we have a tape, very similar to what you would get from a ticker timer or a spark timer, and you can then print this out. Students can then use this to take their data and come up hopefully with the correct velocity. Here's the number that the instructor can use to figure out what the correct answer is. Go back to the main menu. We can now run the accelerated case, same thing. Type in the information, start the car. Each one of these is a different value so that each student will have a different, basically a different tape, a different constant acceleration, a different constant velocity. I wrote this simulation because I was spending just so much time keeping the spark timers and the ticker timers working. So this, if you don't have time or you don't have the equipment, this is a great way of getting the students to still be able to do the lab, to see what's going on in a quick and efficient fashion. Sometimes what I used to do is have one ticker timer and run a couple tapes and pass them around the classroom so students could see what they look like. Also talked about the kind of errors that would creep in, the dots that didn't show up, and why it was difficult to get good data. So, want more information on the Motion Timer Lab? Please go to Teachers Pay Teachers at this URL. You can also find loads of other materials, physics and chemistry labs, games, challenges, also a number of game making software and teacher tools. Thanks.